once upon a time, would have been very upset to see these beautiful little yellow flowers growing in our yard. Not so much. Got quite a few out here by the side of the house. I'm gonna harvest some of those and I'll be right back. We've been invited to a collaboration that's being hosted by Ginger at Not For Nothing Homestead and Megan at Megan's Fearless Adventures, previously known as Maggie Moo Into the Mud. So what are we gonna do? So the collaboration is called Home is Where the Health Is. And I have been myself into a health journey. Not always successful, but definitely trying to get there. So a few years ago, I was diagnosed with 2 autoimmune disorders, and one is called psoriatic arthritis, and the other is Sjogren's syndrome. So with Sjogren's, I have a lot of trouble with like moisture issues and stuff. So like my mouth, I'm always like got cotton mouth. I'm always drinking something. The older I get, the more I've noticed that I still have that issue, or that it's gotten worse is what I'm trying to say. With psoriatic arthritis, I don't have the psoriasis, although I get patches every so often now. But after the initial, like 5 or 6 years ago, which took me a while to diagnose this, but I have a lot of inflammation, and I have been taking a weekly injection, not an infusion, but an injection to try to reduce the advancement of the arthritis. Nothing that really helps me with the flare-ups that comes with it. So I know that through healthy eating, what you put in your mouth, what you are, and that's really true, really helps you. What you put in your mouth really affects how you feel. So I have been working on what can I do that's not medicine wise to help me through this journey. So one of the things I do is, if you've noticed, especially since I'm always thirsty, is I drink a lot of tea. I always have a cup in my hand, and usually during the winter months and stuff, it's coffee in the morning, maybe late into the afternoon, but then the rest of the time it's some type of tea. So I've really gone into this search of different teas, and because some days I'm just not hungry, and I want to make sure I'm at least getting some nutrients, and maybe not nutrients, but something in my system that's healthy for me, because either what I eat is not that healthy, or maybe I just didn't eat that much that day. I'm not saying I'm getting any type of major proteins or substance from this, but at least I'm getting some type of benefits from those organic items that I'm trying to ingest. So I'm real big into, sorry, I'm having trouble with my camera today as usual. I don't have my regular tripod, and you are sitting in a still in my kitchen. So I'm so glad you're here. So I drink a lot of different things. This one is like a blackberry apple cider. I'm not loyal to any brand, but this is a blackberry apple cider I drink. Here is, let's see here. I really love the premium green teas, and I drink a lot besides the green teas, and I don't have one in here because I'm probably out. I drink a lot of like a mint, a peppermint. Here's one, peppermint for digestion. Are any of these really great for reducing inflammation? Probably not. I mean, I'm sure that each one of them have some type of thing that they can use for inflammation. So what do I do for inflammation? Definitely, I take a lot of warm baths that are in Epsom salt and baking soda. Cup of each. That's usually once a week, just to set it up for 20 minutes to detox. That seems to really help, especially when I have a bad flare-up. But I do drink a lot of my tea, so I've been trying to find something that's on the anti-inflammatory side for the tea that's natural. So it's spring. What do we have lots of in our yards in spring? Well, I know we do, because we don't spray our yards, is little dandelions. Dandelions, they have so many things that are wonderful for them, or for you. And every part of the dandelion flower, or I should say flower plant, is edible. So today I'm going to be focused on the flowers. We're going to make some tea. I have not had it before. I know it's really great for digestion. It is great for Also, I understand it's good for inflammation, endometriosis. There's so many different things, so I'm researching this. But our yard is not sprayed. We don't use harsh chemicals on it. We don't have animals besides our chickens, and they have not been out for a while. So these dandelions from spring, so I've been picking them. I've been making a jar full of these after I pick them. Okay, so before we start making this awesome dandelion tea, I just want to remind you that you have to do your own research on what you can ingest in your body. I've done the research. I'm willing to take the risk. I'm just showing you one thing I am trying to do to improve my health, because home is where the health is, okay? But you have to look at, you need to talk to your doctor, your dietitian, and say, if I go out in the yard or somewhere and pick dandelions and I make a tea, is there any reaction? Do your research. Christine, Mrs.GilliamFarms is not telling you to go do this. I'm telling you what I do, okay? What I do. Not what my husband does, not what my family does, what I do, okay? I'm ingesting this. I'm taking that risk if there's any, okay? So just remember, do your research. That's with anything in life. Do your research, okay? All right, let's get busy making this tea. Okay, so I've washed these. I've actually soaked them a little bit in vinegar just to help, because there's bugs, you know, you're gonna get bugs on them. I soaked it for, I think 20 minutes. And then I'm gonna steep these in 20 minutes. I am just interested in the flower, the petals. I'm not interested in the stem right now. And this green part is what's gonna be bitter, okay? So what I do is, there's a couple of different things you can do. I have some kitchen shears that I use. They're clean. I just cut off the back here. You see right there. And then I have my flower petals. Now, once these start drying, they get more to that state of looking like, you know, those things you blow, I forget what it is, when they're going to seed. But these are fresh, so I'm going to use these today. I try to keep as much of the green out as possible. I'm just going to put them in here in a cup, and then I'm going to strain it after I let it seep. So it's a teaspoon. I'm going to go probably a little bit more, because I do like my coffee pretty stout. I know this has a very earthy taste to it. This is probably not the way everybody would do this. Maybe you put in one of those tea, I forget what they're called, but they're like a little tea ball. I'm not going to do that. I don't have time to, and I don't have all the fancy stuff. I have tea bags, which I do have some tea bags. I can make my own teas. Just don't have time for that right now. But for the purpose of this video, we're just going to do 1 cup. Okay. Now, if you notice in the video earlier when I picked these, when they're in the ground, I just put my fingers back behind them and pull up. Now, in the fall, I'm going to go out there and pull up some of the plants at the root. The root is really beneficial, and I'm going to do a different video for that. Okay, so I've just got a kettle here. I'm going to put in here. We'll get that started. I act like it wanted to leak earlier. Okay, so I've just got a kettle here. I'm going to put in here. We'll get that started. I act like it wanted to leak earlier. Okay, we'll see what happens. Okay, what I did while it was seeping, you can see how pretty that color is. I poured it into this Pyrex dish. I figured it would be easier for filtering or putting it through the sift. So let's try it. This has been setting for about 5 minutes. I could probably let it set longer and get a little bit darker, but since this is my first time to drink this, I'm gonna go ahead and try it now. One thing I wanna do is make some dandelion jelly. You know, my friend Lisa, Lazy Days Ahead with Jesse and Lisa, my dear sweet friend there, she made some and it looked wonderful. Okay, so what I could do, which I've been known to do, is put a teaspoon, sorry about the hair here. What I could do is add a teaspoon or half a teaspoon of some pure raw honey that I use locally. Help me with allergies. But since this is the first time I'm gonna be trying this, I wanna know exactly what it tastes like. Probably tomorrow I'll do it again and I'll let it steep a little bit longer. So let's try this. Okay, ready? Okay. I like it. This is something I could drink. I hate to say this, but you know how everybody says, oh, it's kind of woodsy tasting. It's kind of woodsy tasting. But it is definitely something I will continue to use. So I'm glad I have been harvesting some. Like I said, in the fall, I'm gonna harvest the root. And the reason I understand that, because I want to keep those plants that are out there, those keep them going. You know, we've got to mow. Johnny mowed the other night, and our creeper went out there and got some. And they're back up today. We got a good rain yesterday, so I'm gonna keep harvesting until in between mows. There's probably different ways I could harvest or maintain them. This is what I've harvested in the last couple of days, so I will be using my sealer for that. I'm trying to think what else. I did forget to tell you that I had been trying for inflammation, and I got this idea from Anne from Andale's Homestead. And, she uses this for inflammation too. So I bought a bag. I have noticed some improvements with this. Is it where I want it to be? No, but I think if I did a better job of what I eat to make sure I'm reducing those inflammatory foods, that would help. Is that gonna take away all my aches and pains? No, but at least I'm trying to do something that I know will make an improvement over time. So I'm gonna go, I think I'm gonna end this video and go finish my tea. This may not be exactly what Ginger and Megan were looking for, because I know there's a lot of recipes that have been out there. And hey, that reminds me, this is a collaboration, a short one, 2 weeks, but I think there's at least 2 recipes that are going out a day. So there's some great creators that are involved in this collaboration, and I'm so thankful that Ginger and Megan invited me, thinking of me on this, and I hope I didn't disappoint Ginger and Megan. I love you guys. But remember, home is where the health is. Be sure and check out all the channels that are down in my collaboration, and take time to, if you like their videos, and maybe if you don't like this video, go back and look at my last one. See if you like that, you know, before you decide, I'm not interested in that crazy lady. Yeah, I speak foul fluently. My chickens, I love my chickens. Okay, so back to reality here, hummingbird moment. I'm gonna finish my cup of tea. Do me a favor, go out and check out the other channels. And remember, home is where the health is. Love you guys. Bye.